What's going on, everyone? This is the Gig Accountant. My name is Naz, and I'm a licensed CPA in the state of New Jersey. I am also a gig economy worker and a cryptocurrency investor and enthusiast. Yeah, today I want to talk a little bit about something that I've been wanting to talk about for a little while, just haven't had the opportunity. And it looks like I'm a little bit late to the show because cryptocurrency has really taken off with a price surge to new recent high levels that we haven't seen for a while now. So I wish I had said something about it prior, but yeah, I mean, I'm actually invested in cryptocurrency, mainly Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I actually have more Ethereum than I have Bitcoin. In the past that was not the case, but at some point I had sold some of my Bitcoin holdings and purchased some Ethereum, and that looks like it was actually the wrong choice to make because that was when the ratio was at 10%, 0.1 for the price per Bitcoin versus price per Ethereum, and the ratio has dropped down to below 0.03, so below 3% now. So I actually took a loss on that, but I still think that my thoughts about the entire space is that right now, at the price level where you guys should have been buying it at, Bitcoin at $3,000 to $4,000, Ethereum below $100, that was an excellent opportunity to get into the space, to invest money if you haven't already gotten some money, haven't already invested in this space. I was able to invest very small amount because I already had invested a lot of my liquid position into the space earlier, into the market earlier, so I didn't really have that much liquid funds that I felt comfortable investing with. So I only was able to take advantage of a small amount of that low price point, but I was able to make some purchases, enough that I am now in the green. I broke even and am now in the green. So fortunately, I am. If I wanted to sell my holdings now, I'd be okay. I would make back the money that I had initially invested, and then some. But that said, I feel like we still have opportunity to go up. Bitcoin, I feel like it's at fair value currently, but it may still continue to run as people FOMO into it. Ethereum, I feel like it's still below fair value, and I feel like going forward into the future, it has so much more opportunity, so much more room to run up. And the reason for this is that instead of just being a store of value or a digital currency, which it does just as good as Bitcoin, by the way, it offers the opportunity for developing of many new applications, that decentralized applications that run on top of the blockchain. And this kind of confers it a lot more opportunity for future use and future adoption than Bitcoin, in my opinion. And going forward, I mean, as the different cryptocurrencies and different blockchains continue to specialize moving forward into the future, I feel like maybe Bitcoin will become a better store of value and a better digital currency relative to Ethereum, because that's just going to be what it is specializing in. It's just specializing purely on being a digital currency, and that may very well happen. But Ethereum offers many use cases that will spur adoption of it. So, in my opinion, Ethereum is a good buy. I think that it's going to run up more than Bitcoin in this next bull run. And this is not professional financial advice. This is just my own thoughts and speculations on the space. Do not invest more than you are willing to lose. I recommend no more than 5% or 10% of your total invested assets, which is where I'm at, approximately. I did invest a lot more than that, actually, maybe no, I guess like that. But I just kept adding more money on top of losses as we were going down during the last bear market that we just have. Seems like we just exited. But yeah, I've been invested in the space since late 2017. So I witnessed I came on board just before we had our final bull market parabolic run up, and then I witnessed my investments take a 90% haircut, which was not fun. But since I am a experienced finance professional, I do have education in investments. I do realize, that these things move in cycles. So I just continue to hold my position. I didn't sell at the bottom. I just held on to it, and now that's paying off in that I was able to earn it back. And that's something that people don't realize about this market space, is that the blockchain, cryptocurrency, they're not companies. They don't need to earn a profit. They don't just die and have to go out of business. As long as there's someone willing to do like the data mining, someone that's willing to validate transactions, even if they're taking a loss, and there will always be people that are wanting to do that and can take it up. Even if everyone stops at one point, someone can continue doing it again. They could start it up. So there's no way that the blockchain and cryptocurrency will ever die going into the future. It's something that will until it achieves adoption, it's going to continue to go through the speculation fueled booms and bust cycles. So it's going to blow up a bubble, and then the bubbles are going to burst, and then it's going to move up and down in cycles, in the market cycles, and that's going to continue to occur until it achieves further adoption, if that ever comes to fruition, because it doesn't necessarily have to happen. The blockchain and cryptocurrency doesn't necessarily need to be adopted, because it depends on how governments and regulations and that take place going into the future. Do governments and regulators really crack down on cryptocurrency? And personally, I think that they are going to continue to do what they have been currently doing, like such as the U.S. government, and kind of take a hands-off approach to allow the technology to develop on its own. I feel like that the U.S. government does not really want to interfere with technological development of new innovation in the space. So they've kind of been monitoring the space and watching it, monitoring it, and seeing where it goes. So I think that's going to continue going forward. And personally, I don't think that cryptocurrency is ever going to completely displace our current monetary system, at least in first world developed nations. But I think it's going to complement it. I think that it's going to maybe add a lot of value to people who reside in nations and countries and places where their monetary system isn't as robust, where the banking system and infrastructure is not as developed. And that's where I think the future of the digital currency really is going to be residing in. It's going to be residing in acting as a complement to our current monetary system rather than completely displacing it. So yeah, I think that, but yeah, to just kind of round it up, I think that Bitcoin right now is at about fair value. It could continue to run up high to previous all-time highs over the course of the next year or two. But that would be followed subsequently with a bursting of the bubble. Ethereum, I feel like it's still undervalued somewhat, and going forward in the next few months, if Ethereum hits the $300 mark, what I do is I'm like dollar cost averaging. What that means is that I'm just like adding purchases every so often. So every month I purchase a little bit, and once Ethereum hits the $300 mark, I'm going to start purchasing other altcoins, because I feel like once Ethereum hits that point, it's going to be at fair value. Not to say that it's not going to run up further, but I think after that, some of the funds are going to, some of the money is going to start flowing and trickling down to the altcoins. So I'm going to make small, tiny purchase of altcoins that I feel like may run up in the not too distant future. So, and yeah, I mean, my advice is definitely don't invest anything more than you are willing to lose, because this is an incredibly volatile space. All right, yeah, that's all I have to say about cryptocurrency. I have an affiliate link to Coinbase.com. Coinbase.com is probably the easiest place to sign up to, for Americans to sign up to and buy some cryptocurrency, your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your Litecoin, and others that they've added onto the platform. I also have other affiliate links for food delivery apps, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Postmates, and I think that's it. So if you want to sign on to those food delivery apps, become a independent contract delivery driver, you can receive a bonus, and I'll receive a referral bonus for you, and we can mutually benefit from that. As I mentioned earlier on in the video, I'm a licensed CPA. I provide accounting services and tax and consulting services. For tax and consulting services, I charge right now, and it's up to my discretion, but right now it's at $100 per hour. I do provide discounted services for unaudited accounting services, unaudited non-GAAP accounting services. So if you need any help with your bookkeeping of your bookkeeping, or keeping track of your cryptocurrency purchases and sells, and your gains and losses that you need to calculate your taxes, feel free to reach out to me. And that's all I got to say for today's video. All right, everyone. Well, happy hustling and have a great day.